How's it going, everybody? I'm Steve Ninja, and welcome to my channel. So tonight I want to talk about the 10 most disappointing movies I saw in 2022. Now, normally on my channel, I don't like to go negative. I try to stay away from that. It's kind of the reason why I don't do a lot of movie reviews anymore. Mainly because I'm really afraid I'm going to spoil movies for people. I've noticed on YouTube, a lot of people give a lot of spoilers on their channels. Even though they say it's spoiler free, they tend to give away a lot of the plot line and kind of ruin the movie. A lot of those videos I tend to watch. A lot of channels that I subscribe to, I tend to watch after I've seen the movie. I'll come home and I actually watch the review then, because I really am interested in knowing what they thought of a movie. But as far as watching it, when they say it's a no spoiler review, they typically give away a ton of parts of the movie. Usually, you know that after you've seen the movie in the theater. You come home and watch the video and say, well, that really would have spoiled that for me if I had watched it. So tonight I'm going to go a little bit negative, and this is going to contain spoilers, and I'm actually going to give I'll put a movie poster up, and I'll give the number on it, and that way if you wanted to just fast forward through it just to see what movies I'm talking about, and any ones that you hadn't seen yet, you may want to skip those parts, or you may just want to scan it just to kind of see what all of them are, and then go back and watch it again. Anybody on YouTube would love that, just to get somebody to watch their video twice, and of course put a like on it if you like this, or I guess put a dislike on it, and leave in the comments if you agree that these are some of the worst ones, and maybe you can put it in the comments some of the ones that you thought were even worse. So this first one at number 10 was one I actually really liked. So the number 10 is like the one as far as I like the most out of these 10. But the movie is Thor: Love and Thunder. So this one, Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Christian Bale. I thought the humor in this was really great, and I actually saw this twice in the theater, and I saw it with my stepdad and my nephew the second time, and I actually kind of maybe liked it slightly less the second time. And I knew that after I saw it the second time, I probably would never want to watch the movie ever again. So the humor I thought was really great. It made a lot of fun. It made the movie a lot of fun. But then you had this Christian Bale character that's supposed to be taken really seriously. And I thought when they first showed that character, when he first turned bad, I thought he was really serious and menacing and like really kind of scary. And then they kind of took that away, and you took him less seriously as the movie went on, and the Natalie Portman character, I love seeing her back in a Thor movie, but I thought I liked her character overall, but she has this illness that kind of took away a lot from her character, and I didn't love that, some of these movies I gave anywhere from 2 stars to 3.5 stars. So 3.5 stars for me, that's like a B minus. So it doesn't mean I gave this one 3.5 stars. So it's not like I totally hated it. So at number 9, I have the movie Beast. This is starring Idris Elba and Cerrito Copley. This movie, after seeing the trailer, I thought it was going to be a lot better than this. It was kind of a scary movie. I thought it was going to be a lot scarier than it actually was, and it was kind of disappointing. I thought it kind of wasted its talent. But at number 8, I have Don't Worry, Darling. This is directed by Olivia Wilde. It's starring Chris Pine, Florence Pugh, and Harry Styles. This movie, based on the trailer, I thought it was going to be so much better than it was. It has this, plane crash that takes place in it that has really nothing to do with the movie. It kind of takes you, it kind of has a twist to it, and it just overall, I was expecting so much more. So at number 7, this one I had been anticipating for most of the summer. The trailer looked really great. It was directed by David O. Russell. The movie is Amsterdam. That's starring Christian Bale. This is a second movie on my list with Christian Bale. It has Margot Robbie, has John David Washington, Denzel Washington's son. I thought it had a great cast. Besides, these three were good, but I thought the overall cast was really, really good, and I thought it really kind of wasted that potential. It had this this driving music throughout the movie that really kind of got on my nerves after a while. If you notice that this music's going from start to finish in the movie, it's just this driving kind of tension that it builds throughout the movie, and it just after a while just got on my nerves in a lot of ways. But so number 6, this one's directed by Alex Garland. This is the one I loved his first movie, Ex Machina. I've never seen his second movie, Annihilation, which I really want to, but The movie is Men. This is a this is a male director making like a feminist kind of movie about dealing with trauma, kind of thing. And I know a lot of women that I've heard from have say that they really didn't like this movie, and it's really intended for them more than anything. And this is a spoiler part of it here. The movie had this like male nudity in it, the kind of thing that I thought took away from the movie a lot. Rory Kinnear is one of the stars. Also has Jesse Buckley. But Rory, I had seen him. I had seen him in like the last 3 James Bond movies with Daniel Craig, and I noticed his face when they first showed him, based on the face that's on the cover of the movie poster. And then the second person that the naked man in the movie, when the cops have him on the ground, they're about to arrest him, and you saw his face, and I when I saw that face, I thought it looks just like the other guy, that the other guy, the older man they showed in early in the movie. I thought the character might have been like a brother or maybe a son possibly. And then after a while, I noticed that everyone in the town had the same face, and after a while, that got kind of a little bit on my nerves. But even though I thought Rory Kinnear did a good job playing those characters, I thought that was really a challenging part to play in the movie. But overall, it really disappointed me. I didn't think it was all that scary, all that much. It has this scene near the end where Rory Kinnear's character has this he has like 5 rebirths in the movie. I thought that after I saw it the first time, I thought maybe if I had seen that one time in the movie, I would have been okay with it. But then they showed it like 4 more times, and if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I mean. But I thought that just really took away from the movie, and so I thought it was really disappointing. So at number 5, this one, based on the trailer, I thought it was going to be so great. The movie is Moonfall. It's directed by Roland Emmerich. I'm not a huge fan of his movies necessarily, but I do love Independence Day. And based on the trailer with Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson, I thought it was going to be so much better. But unfortunately, I thought the story really let me down. Some of the CGI is really good. It has a twist in the movie that was kind of disappointing. And overall, I actually saw this in like an IMAX theater, and so it actually looked really great. But I just wasn't really happy by the time it was over, though. So at number 4, this one most people have probably never heard of. It's called The 355. This was actually released like January 7th of this year. And, at that time, usually the worst kind of movies get kind of released at that time of the year. At the time, I think I had seen like Spider-Man No Way Home like 3 times. So I wanted to see something different. And I really love the cast in this. And I didn't watch the movie trailer or anything, so... I don't check like the Rotten Tomato scores before I see movies. So, a lot of times I don't really want to know anything about the movie before I see it. And I think a lot of people that kind of do check that kind of information usually don't want to waste their money on a movie. But for me, I because I have memberships to the AMC A-List and Regal Unlimited, I don't really worry about wasting money on a movie. I just want to see a movie. And based on the cast, I thought it was going to be really good. But it has Jessica Chastain, Diane Kruger, Lupita Nyong'o, has Penelope Cruz, and has Sebastian Stan. So based on just those 5 actors alone, I thought it'd be really good. But I thought it really wasted that talent. It had a really predictable storyline to it. so I should have known better. But number 3, this one that. This is a remake from a movie from the 80s. I thought it was a decent movie, but I was expecting the remake to be even better than the original. But it's based on a Stephen King novel. It's Firestarter. It's this movie. I thought it really wasted its cast. I like the young actress in the movie. I don't remember her name, but thought she was okay in the role. And just for somebody her age, I thought she did a good job for that age group. But I've always heard people say that they didn't like this movie. I think it's making most people's top 10 list. So this movie I actually I would say this one I probably hated more than the other ones on this list. But I thought it was just, as a remake, I thought it really wasted its potential. At number 2, I have Morbius. This one, starring Jared Leto. This movie was probably delayed 5 or 6 times. I think sometime like in 2020. After all that time, seeing the trailers, I thought it was going to be really great. I think that a lot of people thought the CGI looked like it came from like the maybe early 2000s, and as far as a vampire character, I think it could have been a lot scarier than it was, and they basically because it's a Marvel movie, they kind of toned it down to make it less scary. So, but I thought it was really disappointing. So number one, out of my most disappointing movies of 2022, I'd have Halloween Ends. This movie, based on the 2018 film and Halloween Kills, I was expecting so much more, and it really let me down. I think the director, writer-director David Gordon Green was really trying to be unpredictable. And I think it kind of ruined the movie because he tried doing something unexpected, and instead of doing the predictable thing, he kind of ruined it in some ways from that. But they had the character named Corey that kind of took over the Michael Myers mask and was doing the killing in the movie. So you had a Halloween movie that didn't have Michael Myers in it much. When some people probably like that, if you like Halloween 3, maybe you prefer a movie without the main character, the whole franchise being in the movie. I thought the showdown with Jamie Lee Curtis at the end was okay. Could have been a little bit better. I didn't like the way they necessarily disposed of Michael Myers in it, and the way the town kind of came out of nowhere and kind of watched Michael Myers get shredded at the end of it. But to me, it was just a big letdown, and that's why I had it number one. I didn't, like I said, I didn't think it was a terrible movie. I just didn't like the story so much. So if you like this content, please put a thumbs up on the video. Like I said, these are just my opinions. Please put in the comments if you disagree with my comments, or tell me other movies that you hated. I know that I had like a list of about 20 movies that I could have put on this list, and I just narrowed it down to 10. So there could have been a lot of other movies that I just left out that I thought were okay or a little bit disappointing. But please consider subscribing to my channel, and have a good night. Thank you.